Hi everybody, Joe Stoe here, and today I'd like to show you how to repair your Ryobi string trimmer. It's model P2003. I imagine some of their other ones are going to be about the same if it stops working. But if yours has failed, stopped working, don't worry about it. Don't throw it away. It's a real easy fix. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. I have it taken apart here. You can see that I have it apart. Now you don't have to take apart the handle, so you can leave all these screws in the handle. It's probably not the switch in the handle, so that's probably just fine. So leave all these screws in the handle and the yellow part, and all you want to do is take apart the lower part, the gray area, and I'm not sure, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 screws on the side of the gray area that you have to take out. And there's also going to be 2 screws, actually 4 screws, on the bottom part that hold the cover on, the protective cover. So you're going to, and they're around the inside edge here. So there's 4 screws, 2 on each side, and once you have those out, everything's going to be fine. This whole thing will just come apart, but it just comes apart from there. Pull the screws out and you're going to be in good shape. And what you'll see is you have the motor here, you have the ground wire, and you have the power wire, and you also have this other wire from the switch. And once you know it, that's what's broken. So it's this white wire that's broken off. This could happen really easily even if you have a different model Ryobi battery powered trimmer. If it stops working, this might be one of the reasons. So what we're going to have to do is take our tools. Now take this wire, white wire, needs to join up with the red wire, and then it's going to work just fine. So that's where it came from. So I'm going to just simply cut this off a little bit, get a clean edge on it. Now remember also, when you take it apart, I just put all my screws in a plastic cup, so that way I don't lose anything. And I'm just going to take my wire trimmer. Now you can use a pocket knife if you don't have one of these. Doesn't matter, pocket knife or something. But you need to get the insulation off of the wire, and then just kind of twist it around. There's that. And I'm going to you have to cut this splice off of the red wire. Now I'm just going to take the plastic piece and trim it back a little bit so that I don't cut too much of the red wire off that I don't need to. And cut this plastic terminal connector off. There we go, and that's just trash. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this. And it's a little bit harder because this wire is very short. In fact, trying to get a little bit more off of there. So now what I have, I don't have a terminal connector. I couldn't find one laying in my junk drawer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a butt splice, and you can use anything. You could even use a wire nut if you had to. This one's a little big, so I'm going to go and get a smaller butt splice here. Okay, so I got a red one. They're pretty small. So just going to simply put that on the wire, feed it into the butt splice. I'm going to take my crimpers. These are just standard automotive crimpers, and I'm just going to crimp the splice here so that it will stay on the wire. Let's see if I'm sure it's on there. Okay, and see how it's on there nice and tight. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of shrink tubing, heat shrink tubing, and I'm going to put it on this wire, so that way it will also help keep everything together later on when we're all done, and help keep things from coming apart. So be sure to slide your heat shrink tubing on before you put your wire on. So otherwise you're kind of up a creek if you don't. And then simply we just put our wire into the, feed it into the butt splice. And we do the same thing, simply crimp it together. These are standard automotive crimps that I'm using because that's what I had in my shop here. Don't go too crazy, don't break it in half. And then you can see it's all done. And then I'm simply going to slide my heat shrink tubing over that. This is a Matco soldering iron that I'm using, and simply have it on the heat, on the torch end on it. So that's all I'm going to do. Just, there we go. It's starting up. You can see it's all red, gets hot really quick. So we just take our torch, and I'm just going to heat up my shrink tubing. Just, I'm not going to touch it, but I'm just going to go around it with the heat about maybe a ½ inch away from the shrink tubing, 1/4 inch, ½ inch. I'm just going to go around it, all sides, and you can see it's shrinking the heat tube, the shrink tubing down to the form of our connector. You don't have to go crazy with this. And that's it. Don't touch it because it's going to be hot. And pretty much we're done. So I've got a battery here in my drill. Let's see if it works. Look at that, it works. Haha. That's pretty awesome. So there you go. So now all we have to do is just put that back together. It's just a matter of putting all the screws in. You see I have my Ryobi tools. We're all fixed up, set to go. Now all we're going to do then is I'm just going to put all the screws back in, put this back together, get out and trim some weeds out in the backyard. Okay, I hope that helped you get your Ryobi P2003 string trimmer back in operation. Got any questions, put them down in the comment section. If this helped you, please like the video. That'll help me get going on my channel. And I'll see you on the next thing. So we'll find something else to fix around here, and then I'll post a video. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.